Patience. Bonnie. RagnaroK. 아프리카 TV 프레이가 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 2 코드 S The Coming Storm.
Ooh, what is this instrument? Is that a robot having a heart attack? Is that robot heart like, ah!
Help me!
Why was I programmed to feel pain? All right.
No, it was more like, why was I programmed to feel pain?
Thank you. Thank you.
That's how robots
You're
talk.
a good robot actor.
Yeah.
All right. We've got Bunny with the mask on here. We don't make the pros wear the mask in the studio, but he's keeping it on. By the way, our studio is so empty now that we can't have an audience.
You know how many chairs
We
should
should just turn the main floor into an ice skating rink.
That would be fun.
You and me ice skating and casting.
There's nothing I
Or
want to
actually,
see more.
You and me on ice skates, you and me holding onto the rails on the side and just making circles slowly with our wobbly knees.
Have you ever ice skated?
Yeah, I mean, I'm bad. It's
Yeah,
like,
me too. But
like it's one of those moments. Even when I was a kid, I'm like, this is truly dangerous and difficult. Like the blades on your feet, and then you get out there and.
luckily, I'm not flexible anymore, so the blades could never really hit any vital organs. My legs would have to break for that to happen.
But also very possible at our age as well. No, ice skating is that's just hard.
Yeah.
And if you're a guy and you're ice skating, then you got to get into hockey, right? And that means you have to beat people up.
That's hard, too.
That's hard, too. Well, I mean, not for you and me. I mean,
we're tough, though.
There's a lot of muscle under these blazers, okay?
Yeah.
When you and I meet up, you know, before we get dressed for the show, we lock arms like Arnold Schwarzenegger and what's the other guy's name? The guy in Predator?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까?
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
There we
Carl
go.
Weathers. Oh, that was
Can't
close.
believe I was forgetting his name.
If we don't get that before the game comes on camera, we die.
We go into a pot of acid.
That's right. We get dropped into an alligator pit.
We get chopped into a pit with Carl Weathers.
I'm like,
even as an old man, he beats the hell out of us.
Like Cuba Gooding?
이제
No!
알파 X 라그나로크 신의 범.
All right. So, TBC, very different matchup than what we just saw. Golden Wall, kind of a crazy map.
I've really enjoyed this map, having this map this year.
Yeah, it's a good map. It's a fun addition, although beginning of the year, it was more, the games were better on it, and we've been kind of shying away from the bottom part of the map. We do not see it used that much right now.
It seems like if you invest in controlling the bottom and you don't do an insane amount of damage, you're just stuck with, you know, a third of the
Less
map.
map,
Yeah,
yeah.
less map. Look at that.
Like
Satanic symbol right there. That's right. It's a pentagram.
That was a star, but okay.
It's a pentagram.
I guess the middle of the star is technically...
It's the
it
mark
could
of the
be.
beast.
Mark of the beast.
Yeah.
That's your signature. Well, I hope we see something interesting come out here.
It's funny you say that. I'm hoping for a really boring game.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I was...
We might get one. It's
Yeah.
possible.
It is
but
possible. Well, we're going to get past the boringness part first with the Reaper that may or may not kill a Zergling.
It won't.
See
we
if
go.
you're right.
Here's this dance.
Hold on, he's coming in here. Wow. Well, that's my top 3 favorite Reaper Link fights. That's
I would love. I think that this would be a great compilation video, like
Yeah.
all the Ling Reaper fights from
Yeah.
an entire year of GSL.
Yeah.
From the first Reaper against the 4 Lings, waiting for the Queen to pop out.
Yeah.
And just see, like we've seen it. How many times a year do you think?
I don't know.
50, 60,
At least.
At least. How many times does a Ling die? 3 times,
3
maybe.
times,
3
yeah.
times a year.
Basically never.
Ooh.
He's mining out the middle.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's too bad you can't just make your SCV drop the minerals, huh?
Punch him.
Just leave them right there on the ground.
Yeah. It'd be like an item you can pick up on the map.
Yeah.
A beacon or whatever. Do they have that in the campaign? Were there SCVs that could grab items?
Yeah.
They had that, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. You got to carry the Psi emitter or whatever. Over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Terran
That was in the
base.
first. Was there one of those in StarCraft 2 campaign? I actually
There
can't
probably
remember.
was. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, you got it still. Ooh.
So what are the plans here with opening this up? Is he going to try to then just deny the option to take the gold here because you can get behind that and hit it, or is there ambitions of trying to get into the main?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, honestly. I would love to see some weird strat like dropping 2 mules to pick up the minerals.
That'd be
there.
so cool.
That would be fun. I would enjoy that.
Well, maybe. Keep our hopes up here. Stim's coming now.
A couple spores coming up. RagnaroK, not really sure what's going on. He's
Usually-
actually going 2-base Spire, by the way, while we're so busy watching this very exciting Reaper. But 2-base Spire, that is not something that you see very often in this matchup. This is a very, very old school build. We're seeing a lot of throwback strats today, huh?
Yeah, this is like the oldies of builds.
Like 2-base Spire, this was like only popular for very short periods in StarCraft 2's lifespan.
I guess the question now is, does Bunny identify this is happening? Occasionally you'll have players, you know, Bunny tends to play pretty standard. I think he's really good at playing standard too, but sometimes you'll see him doing the same builds he's always done, and he's completely caught off guard by this, you know? Where the attack just comes out, and it was intended for some player taking a third base at a different time this game. Did you just lose audio, Artosis?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Do you not hear yourself?
I have no sound.
Okay, well, you could just text production. We can keep casting through this, I guess.
Well,
so
anyways.
the Vikings going to try to come through
This
here.
is kind of nice. I can't really hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to lip.
I actually can focus a lot better right now and give some great commentary.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe your wheel ran over one of the audio cords or something. So the Vikings going to comb through the base. Actually, I don't think it's going to get that far. No, it's going to be picked off here. Again, Bunny has taken the gold base, is continuing to mine up. We have the mutas being made, so what we got to watch for next is how much damage are the mutas actually going to be able to do. The decision Bunny's made so far is to just take this expansion, and he's going to get the benefits of it really, really quickly.
Yeah, let's see what these mutas can do right now, flying across towards this gold base. Has that turret up. It's going to get too much, but a few SCVs get picked off. Pretty good.
Now, let's not forget that the minerals are opened up in the middle of the map here by the Terran, so I just wonder if Berserk could do something to get behind this and try to punish that as well.
Mita's still flying around looking for some sort of damage. Good zoning here from the Marines of Bunny, though, pushing it back.
Now, as time passes, I would have to imagine that the Zerg either has to take a gold base of his own or expand somewhere else on the map. This is just not going to be a situation where you would be able to just, I think, go and try to stay even with him. Are you able to hear production, Artosis?
No.
Okay, yeah, they're trying to talk to you. You'll have to text him back. he cannot hear me or production for trying to talk to us. Only I can see everything.
Yeah, the all-seeing tasteless.
That's right.
The Muta's still flying around trying to find some sort of damage. Second Evo goes online here as well. I mean, I kind of like what RagnaroK's doing, but I'm getting really afraid of Bunny maybe just rolling through him soon here.
Yeah.
Bunny's on 1-1.
I mean, this looks like it's just going to
Yeah.
smash him, right? I mean, we got some attempted snipes in here, but Bunny's controlling pretty well. Maybe he tries to dive on the gold, but, like, is that really going to work? I don't know the exact number of mutas you need to kill off one turret if there's SCVs around it, but if you miscalculate it, then you end up losing a lot of mutas here. I think this is going to be pretty straightforward, man. Like, unless there's enough banelings that are made.
Yeah. Well, the 2 upgrade advantage is gigantic here with 2 siege tanks. This is going to be really hard. It does have some fire bats going to the front, or well, hellbats.
Hellbats. And 16 Banes here. Is he going to commit, though? It looks like he's going to edge back, actually. Deciding maybe he's overextending just slightly here. And I like the ideas with the mutas. This is one of the best things you can do with them is if you have enough creeps spread out and you're making enough Banes, is use these mutas to try to come in there and intercept the reinforcements.
Well, this is probably the most important time in the game right now, right? Is that he gets him to turn around. This is giving him a lot of time to, first off, finish those upgrades, which is really important, and just continue to macro up.
Okay,
you know, that's a big pick-off.
These mutas are actually doing a great job, though, keeping the tank count low, just keeping everything under control here. So Zerg did take a base of his own. I do feel like, although Terran, you don't see this that often, but it is a sign of a good player, is when you're thinking, okay, am I sure I can win this? Maybe not. Maybe I need to back up. Yeah. Maybe he has enough creep and I wasn't fast enough that he'll have enough Banes. I'd throw away my advantage. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
In a game that so far has gone pretty well.
Well, now you look at this game, right? And RagnaroK has 80 workers. He's got some upgrades. He is going to be down 2 upgrades once again pretty soon here. But his creep spread is starting to look pretty good. And if he can just continue to mass up Ling Bane, it's pretty hard to break through that.
Okay, the mutas are gonna try to hit the main now, and this is there's not, I think, a weak enough defense here that this is really gonna do much. But let's take a look at this drop now that's gonna come up here. He'll be able to hit the main. This should pull the mutas back. This is also gonna stop any presence over here. And look at this great attack. Gets the spawning pool. The infestation pit is in range. A lot of drones are gonna go down here. This is an incredible amount of damage. Meanwhile, across the map, we have banelings that are going to be attacking in here. Can he actually hold this drop? No, he picks up, is now going to go northbound.
Oh, absolutely huge right there. Looks like he's going to drop again into the natural. As the mutas come, of course, this drop will get cleaned up. But even this drop, it did so much damage, right? 13 drones plus getting rid of the spawning pool, which is the main production facility right now.
Yeah, that was an excellent move there. I think we were waiting for Bunny to actually come in here and start to take some attacking blows here. And he did that, and this game is going to continue to build up. By the way, Zerg never took the gold, so later on in this game, the gold is going to be a really nice kind of bonus at the end, right? Terran's going to mine another gold pretty soon, if they haven't already.
Yeah, well, I wonder, like, is RagnaroK going to try to take that at some point now? Right, his own gold base, because his creep spread is getting in front of that area. He's taking kind of these faraway bases. But it feels like he's got a lot of power right now. He kind of has some control of the map. Bunny is expanding towards the top right. This is turning into quite an interesting game, especially after this 2-hatch muta opener.
Yeah, no kidding. This is actually a lot more epic than I even thought it was. I guess you were mentioning this earlier. It's kind of what's happened in this matchup on this map, though. People seem to want to play fairly conservative games. We've got another drop here. Remember, those Marauders can soak up most of the Bane shots, and then the real damage dealers, the Marines, can come in there after that. You know, one thing about dropping here, there's a unique weakness that Zerg has, is that if you don't get over there fast enough, they will lose the hive.
Yeah.
So they have to almost overcommit to defending that. Then that allows a push like this to come in. And losing the hive is like completely disastrous, especially if you lose any other tech with it. You're zoned out of a lot of different tech for a long time in the game. Look at this spread here.
He is on creep, though, so let's see if RagnaroK can do something here. They're even on upgrades. It's a lot more supply for Bunny, though, which is definitely a bit of a problem.
Yeah, well, also the Banelings are getting siphoned off slowly here. And here's the majority of the Banes. Oh, wow. Just an insane amount of damage here. But how cost-efficient is this? Terran is going to be reinforcing. The mutas are going to all be picked off here, if I'm correct.
It looks like the answer is very, very, very. Most everything is dead from RagnaroK. Look at his supply. It plummets down into the 30s at this point. His Mutalisk flock is completely gone, and more units stimming across the map.
Yeah, that was beautifully done there. And, yeah, I mean, here we are on top of the Evo Chambers. I think this is going to be the killing blow.
Yeah.
Bunny really playing a fantastic game here, and RagnaroK as well. RagnaroK looked really good.
Well,
But I think-
especially with a build like this, you never see 2 Hatchery Mutalisk play.
Right.
Right? And he was behind on upgrades a bit, and he kind of managed it and made some stuff happen. But at the end of the day, Bunny's just pure strength did end up overrunning him. It just
Yeah,
Ragnarok lasted a lot longer than I thought he would.
This is a real Terran mechanical powerhouse, this game.
Yeah.
Really just coming out, doing the damage, pushing across. And, you know, RagnaroK looks like he's going to have a hard time in this group. Again, it's hard to say who really gets out. Trap is probably the safest bet, but everybody is good enough to beat everybody else here. I
think everyone has good and bad matchups, too. I think Patience's worst matchup would be RagnaroK. And I think Bunny's worst matchup is, well, I think this is probably his strong matchup in the group, right?
Sure. Meet me at Deathera.
We'll see if RagnaroK can meet and defeat Deathera and bring it on to Eternal Empire.
Which is your favorite Deathera movie?
I didn't really watch. Like, I watched Godzilla movies when I was a kid, but I don't really remember them well.
Is there actual lore, like canon for Godzilla?
Yeah.
But it's only from, was it a comic book before?
They have all sorts of Godzilla stuff now. Like anime and stuff.
Is it like good anime or is it
Oh,
like...
no.
It's bad anime?
Let me stop you right there. No.
No?
No, I'll tell you about it.
There's
Tasteless.
so much bad anime.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I have a proxy Rex.
Bunny. Oh.
I was watching Tasteless.
What?
Before these Raxes get made. I was watching some Godzilla anime thing that was on like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
And the human race left Earth, met up with aliens, were living on the alien ship, and then there was like an insurgents that wanted to go back to Earth to fight off the Godzillas to take Earth back over, and then I had to turn it off because it was so bad. So I can't tell you how it ends.
Okay.
Okay, the Overlord actually sees this immediately, and drones being pulled.
The boys have been pulled here. And this is like...
Drones are not boys. Oh, man.
Those two smoking craters, that's Bunny's eyes right now, seeing those drones come.
People do the warping eyes, do the crater eyes.
Do the crater eyes. That's going to be the new one.
Canceled barracks. Oh, my God, that's so funny. That is amazing. All right. This is such a funny day of games so far. We're seeing, like, really off strats and, like, cheeses that don't work and just having a good time.
Yeah. But now, on to more important matters. I didn't know there was a Godzilla anime.
Yeah, I know. It's, I forget where I was watching. It's probably Netflix. I don't know. But, like, you should definitely check that one out, man, with the aliens, dude, where the human race is friends with aliens. It's great.
Have you seen the movie The Room? I've heard that's supposed to be so fantastically bad.
No, I
Like it's the
haven't seen
greatest bad film. But was Godzilla eventually a good guy, or was he always a bad guy?
I think there are lores where Godzilla's a good guy.
He had to fight Mothra.
Yeah, I think eventually Godzilla fights other monsters. And then we have that Rampage game, right? So that's an important part of the lore as well.
I forgot about that game. Yeah, that was that part is canon for sure. So Bunny now has had to basically, how do I say this, backpedal into a standard game. And I don't know how well this is going to go. I think Bunny seems to be a little bit stronger overall. But let's see if RagnaroK can take this opportunity now. And
you know, I'm not 100% sold on that from game one. He looked, a little bit stronger that game, but I think a lot of it was strategically done through the openers.
yeah,
I generally think right now of RagnaroK being a bit stronger than Bunny. But I don't know. I guess we got to wait and see on that a little bit.
Roach Warren.
Yeah, a little bit interesting.
Could make Roachra with that.
It's a giant roach.
It's a giant roach, yeah.
It's just a roach that's like the size of an Ultralisk, and it costs like 8 supply. Like, damn, they still don't scale, do they?
No splash damage or anything like
No,
that.
no.
Just, you know, a really strong roach attack.
Yeah, we can give it twice the range, guys. It's got 6 range now, right? You can't miss it with a disruptor. It's impossible.
Oh.
Can you imagine that burrow movement? Oh my god.
Oh my god. It'd be like one of those worms and tremors, just completely destroying the ground as it moves through.
That's how you play Dune within StarCraft.
Stim coming down.
All right, a good amount of roaches being made, so definitely
Yeah.
an attack is incoming here.
And this is going to be one of these attacks where the roaches come in the front, the lings come in to reinforce. The lings are actually there to tank, and the roaches are there to deal damage. We'll see if this can maybe get a lift or something like that.
This is going to do a lot. He's hitting a build that's he forced the cancel on 2 Raxes,
You could take
and it's a
advantage.
3 command build.
And you could take advantage of the speed areas.
We need a whole map covered in those.
Yeah.
We just need a setting faster than fastest in
Yes,
StarCraft 2.
I think so.
We just need to speed this game up.
What we need is an area where MOBA characters can heal in the middle of the map, and that's just your army.
Dude. Todd's return to
Blizzard,
StarCraft
if
2
you're
pro
paying
gaming.
attention, you know where to email me. Yeah, so this is great.
Yeah.
Even with SCVs here, I don't know that you can actually like hold this without suffering a lot of losses. This is actually even funny because that Reaper grenade actually pushed up a bunch of lings into the fight, giving better pairing here. Oh my god, GG. RagnaroK, stop, you're killing him!
Yeah. No, he's
Stop! No!
dead. All right. Tied up 1-1.
He was using those quickulas.
The quick heal.
Yeah.
I feel like having only one Quicula and then another Quicula and then another Quicula, but they're all like, it's kind of a zigzag through the map like the letter S or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's cowardly. I think we need a giant area of
Yeah, I
quickness.
think we need like a Quicula runway where they can, you go down that fast enough
You
and you
lift
go
off.
back in time.
Yeah.
You
Like,
go
if
back
you have
into a
the-
StarCraft 1 game and then, start winning an OSL match there.
If you give the right skin to your Stalker as it runs through all the Quiculas and then blinks at the end, it actually flies. It's got the skin that has like the wings coming off the legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's time for me to go work at Blizzard, man, and help fix this stuff.
Oh my god. Oh, that's really funny. Eternal Empire for Game 3.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 버니 이재선.
Oh, I'm really sad he's not making 4 Raxes down at 6 o'clock. Remember that build?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Picasso build orders.
라그나로크 신의범.
That's so funny.
Well, RagnaroK with that quick win there. I think a little bit of that victory was the fact that the 2 cratered, just canceled bunkers or barracks, excuse me, at the start of the game.
Generally not how you want to open.
Yeah, you're already behind, and I think it was a smart decision by RagnaroK. Also, the attack just went really well.
What do you think about this strat? You know where they scout with their overlords, so you send 2 SCVs there to build Raxes, but then you have 2 on the other side, somewhere else building 2 Raxes, so when you cancel those 2, they're like, oh yeah, drones for days!
Yeah.
And then you have the Marines coming from the other one.
I almost
Now,
feel like there's actually a lot to what you just said. Like, I would actually be curious to see how that would work out because there are dramatically different decisions you make based off if you force him to cancel or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I'll just hit him with a roach
and
sling
what's
attack.
weird about it is like they're more likely to find one of them. So if you can trick them, it's
You just start all 4 of them, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, you cancel 2, they think they're ahead.
and then you got to already have the in-game chat strategy for that as well, where you start to curse them out and tell them that they're hacking while you have the 2 other Raxes finishing.
LOL, have
Yeah.
fun killing my floating
Yeah.
buildings, and so they're just rushing to corruptors. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. right before you surprise them with the Marines, type in what country are you from, so that when they're answering, they don't really have time to respond as fast.
This is the way to do it.
No way. He is the chosen one.
That was lazy by RagnaroK.
Right now.
Well, that goes to the highlight reel.
Bunny's looking at this, and all he sees is Matrix code. That's how good he is.
I think it's time for the Score Esports to make the 10 greatest Reaper asses of
right,
GSL
man.
2020.
And then they'll still get half of the stories wrong anyways. I'm like, how do you guys get half of everything wrong? While still using a bunch of other people's content as far as videos are made. Was that the one that did like the reason why nobody plays StarCraft 2 anymore, and they didn't know that people still play StarCraft 2, and also they got the match fixing scandal
I'm
wrong?
not sure.
Where
Maybe.
I'm like, well, you guys just didn't do any of your homework, did you? This is just embarrassing.
There was a funny video out recently.
Maybe we should have Watch Mojo come in and take over for you guys.
I saw one where it's like the highest paid esports players.
Yeah.
And so it like counted prize money as being paid, so it's like not even worded well. And then they had Boxer as a StarCraft 2 player, and I Love Uve as a StarCraft 2 player.
And
then someone pointed out that like Boxer's a StarCraft 1 player. He's like, yeah, but his main game was StarCraft 2, is what the guy that made the video made.
Oh my god.
It was like, oh!
Actually, what's funny is like everybody in every esport also privately jokes the Score Esports always gets it wrong.
That one was a Score. That was something else.
Which one was it? Do you know?
I don't know what that was. It was on StarCraft Reddit. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of these things where I'm like, so what did you guys do? Like Google a couple Reddit threads and then just was that your research?
Yeah. You had some program that put this all together into a YouTube video. And
yeah.
You're like, I want to be rich.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you go do some copyright claims while you're at it? That's another great way to get rich.
Why don't you go copyright some memes and then steal that too?
Let's just add no value to the world. Let's do that. Roaches, good scout.
Yeah. So we got the Liberator coming out here too. I actually gotta say, I still think Bunny is probably gonna take this. If I had to guess, unless something crazy happens here with RagnaroK, I do think Bunny is a little bit bigger, faster, stronger.
Well, Eternal Empire, Bunny versus RagnaroK. I think if wait, let's see what the drone count is at. 44. I don't know. I like RagnaroK, man. He's kind of like one of my guys. He's
one
like
of
my
your
new
boys?
Leenock in a lot of ways.
You
Not
were
quite
a big
Leenock level.
You were a big Leenock guy for a
Well,
while.
no, I know how to call when someone's playing well.
Oh, this is a little bit annoying. Just out of Liberator range. Every little hit here is very important. He's like, try to put your bios on this instead. Look at this.
Moves it.
Tempting. He's like, ah, I got your nose. Okay, there's no SCVs repairing the bunker. He's actually going to just ditch it, salvage
this
it,
is done.
And rotate back slightly.
Well, that's the end of that harass. Okay, double Evo and double eBay on the way. So I would say after that, Bunny has a little edge, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in good shape. I mean, these units aren't that useful later on. RagnaroK can take another base here. Look at me, use your bios. Yeah, RagnaroK's pretty well defended. I don't know if this Liberator's going to be able to do much. Looks like he can wedge himself just in between everything, try to get workers in the third here.
Hellions go in, Hellions go out. Nothing to be done there. Looks like loses that Liberator. Spire is about halfway done. Upgrades lining up pretty well. Brandling speed on the way, which is very, very important. So it looks like Lingbane Ravager for a bit and into some mutas here for RagnaroK. And then probably as the game gets really big, if it makes it that long, maybe into Ultra Tech.
So yeah, this map tends to have the long. Oh, here's another very Bunny-esque move here. This tends to have the longest games, but Bunny, we see him do this all the time. This push coming in here. Let's see if he can deny the fourth. If he denies the fourth, he's going to be in great shape. But you know, the units that were used to put that pressure on are added into the units being made now here for RagnaroK. So RagnaroK has a pretty reasonable defense. This position on the high ground, though, this is pretty hard to fight.
Yeah, no creep right there.
Excuse me. We're going to have to see if the Ravagers can get in range of the tanks to do the damage. Bunny wants to be as far forward as possible, but not on creep. There's more Banes being made now. It's going to take a long time for the tanks to actually kill the hatch, so I think RagnaroK can maybe take this, but look at this. Combat shields, N11's going to finish, and Bunny just backs up slightly. Where is he just going to go down the hill? What's going on here?
Yeah, I guess so. Kind of funny because Muta's just popped out, so this medevac, ill-timed to say the least.
It's like we're seeing the same Bunny from games in the past, but now he runs away with his pushes.
Yeah. Well, that's an improvement to losing your push. That's
yeah,
for
no
sure.
kidding.
Huge droning going on.
Yeah, sometimes he'd win, and I guess he's hoping that with the counterattack that might come at him, he can drop somewhere else. We've got 2 medevacs going over here to the far left.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit surprised by the Mutas, to be honest. He's not really quite prepared. I wonder how many Mutas are actually going to be made this game. I don't think it'll be quite as heavy. This might just be cleanup force Mutas.
Well, Bunny takes a 4th over here at 12 o'clock. We've got RagnaroK really trying to defend everywhere. Now, the push is going to come out again. Keep in mind the unit comp that RagnaroK has here. He can both defend this drop and maybe even smash the push that's going to come in here. Yeah, this is just a wash right now. Complete failure of a drop there. I do not think Bunny should push. Yeah. I think if Bunny pushes, RagnaroK is going to smash this attack and then probably smash the 4th in a counterattack. But honestly, even with the supplies as they are, RagnaroK might just want to attack into 12 anyways, right? He's
I
making
think
17
if the tanks are in good position, that can be a really dangerous move. But yeah, like Bunny has definitely not done everything optimally at this point, right? He's like boosting over an Overlord while he doesn't know where the Mutas are to do a double drop. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, do you expect this to do damage? Kind of reminds me of some of the moves that we see from Bjorn, where like he just be like, no, I'm just dropping all day, and it's like, well, he's on 2 bases. Yeah. He's what do you think? What do you think? Is he alt tabbed? Is that how you're going to get damage? He's alt tabbed right now in a pro match.
Yeah, this is the more bases you have, the stronger the drops are against you. The less you have, the more easy it is to deal with. Unless you're fighting Morrow, he sometimes still makes that work, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this is going to be the climax. As far as damage goes here, there's so many Banes out.
Oh my God, there really is. That command center's going to know what hit it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know it's Banes, it hurts.
Look at this, he goes right past this. He's going right for the infantry. Infantry splitting. Actually, infantry splitting really well. Those workers not getting hit. Where do those Banes come from?
Wow.
That actually went about as bad for RagnaroK as I think it could if he didn't get the workers. He damaged the tanks but didn't kill them, which means they can be repaired and he's fine.
You got the planetary.
Yeah, that's good, but I worry now that the counterattack might be really strong. You know, a lot of the gas that was saved up was going into Banelings. It's going to be hard to ever get that many Banes again. And Terran has the majority of the army. Look, there's already a command center being remade. Can Bunny actually counter push and win? Oh God, he's getting a lot more Banes.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to go through multiple Bane armies, that's for sure.
I love the Ling counterattack here.
That's really nice. Oh my God, he's going to get that command center too. Very well done by RagnaroK.
Okay, Bunny, he's been patient throughout this whole series. I want to point this out. I feel like Bunny, even last year, would have been attacking immediately, right? He kind of inches forward and then, oh, did our computer crash? Did their computer crash? What's going on here? Okay, I don't know what happened there. There was
just a little bit of lag.
Some kind of lag here. Anyways, this attack is coming in. We have the Widow Mine setting up. Right now, RagnaroK has to hold this. The Widow Mines add an extra amount of stability here when the Terran tries to hold this push.
Some Banelings rolling in, trying to get rid of some of those. Oh, I like this little tiny group of Mutas picking off some of the reinforcements.
Widow Mines continuing to burrow. These Mutas actually eating up some of those Widow Mine shots might make these Banelings a lot more effective.
Not so bad. The Marauder's actually tanking a huge amount of damage here for him.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, trying to get up to this 6 o'clock base to save it now since he's lost the other hatchery.
All All right, continuing to get closer and closer here. Now the base above this was picked off. Now it's going to be up to RagnaroK to try to hold this one. If Bunny kills this, I don't know that you can recover. Basically,
you have
RagnaroK
to kill that whole army for sure.
RagnaroK has to act now. More Terran reinforcements are coming. There's still the bulk of the Terran army over there. Ling attack here to stop reinforcements. It does stop a little, but the hatchery goes down anyways.
So many Marauders in here. The Baneling, it's just not being worthwhile. Marauder Thor do not care about those. And it looks like Bunny might be able to push through to a victory.
Yeah, this is really impressive here by Bunny. This is really a new Bunny that we've had here. I get so excited when we've casted these guys for so long, and you really just see a major improvement. Like, he was so much more patient in this.
Yeah, that's definitely something I noticed here as well, Tasis.
Yeah.
Like, the times where he actually ran away and took his time, we didn't always see that from Bunny. A lot of times that's why he was losing matches, to be honest, just overextending. Now RagnaroK, I mean, he did some good counterattacks. Bunny's not mining all that much either. RagnaroK does have bottom left. He is making another hatchery that Bunny just scanned over around 9 o'clock. You know, maybe there's still something here for him.
We might have been so focused on the bottom part of the map and all the pushing and damage that was done there that when you really zoom out and go big picture, Terran's barely taking a fourth base and is nearly mined out. So,
and he's about to be 3-3 with Kindness. I mean, if you get into some ultras now against this more Marauder Thor heavy type of army,
could work.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
I really like this. Wait, does Terran know about the bottom right? I'm not clear.
I don't think he knows about bottom right, but he knows about this base right here. Yeah. All right, there is a single ultra that we've seen.
Okay, I don't know if this was a good idea with this Widow Mine drop. Didn't seem to accomplish much. Here comes that push, though.
Ooh, gets rid of that mine before it can even burrow, and here comes RagnaroK. Has to back up.
Again,
scary army here.
Just seems to be enough.
Oh, I didn't even see the Vipers come out of nowhere here.
Yeah, great play. But again, it just doesn't seem like there's enough bulk for Zerg to engage. Just not enough Lings of all things, actually. The Ultralists are just not good on their own, nor the Ravagers. They always need backup.
Some good bios go down.
And now these Banelings before they can finish.
Yeah, only a few pop out there. He kills the hatchery. He's killing the army as well. Very little left over, but some more Ultras being made, some more Lings being made. What he has hatching right now, I think, could clear this army.
Maybe, man. It's possible.
But he's more than clear.
Yeah, there's just not enough ever at one time where even if he trades off a few of the Terran units, he still is... he literally doesn't have enough to actually stop the push in here. Now the Baneling's Nest is going to be taken out. GG, Bunny wins 2-1.
All right, well done by Bunny. Kind of a very close series back and forth. I think that if these two end up meeting again, which I think is a reasonable idea, right? Like I think that Trap will probably beat Bunny and RagnaroK will probably beat Patience. Even though Bunny won this one, I could see RagnaroK taking a rematch, you know? Like I could see him dialing in his play a little bit better.
These guys actually made for great games against each other.
Yeah.
You know, I could feel for RagnaroK here. Like he's playing really well, but it's the fact that Bunny pushes out, he shaves off a little bit, and he says, nope, we're packing it up, we're going home. Let's wait for a moment, try to get ahead. Anyways, guys, up next, the winner's match, Bunny vs. Trap. We'll go to that after this quick commercial.